Our farm was in Staples, Minnesota. We had 16 cows, 50 chickens, 2 dogs, or sometimes more dogs, and we had about 9 cats. And we had some sheep for a while, but we had the dairy cattle when I was there. And so my sister and I would go out and milk the cows after school. We alternated, and before school, which was awful. I love painting the cows. I think cows are so sweet, and they're such good mothers, and you see them, and I think it's interesting how they take care of their calves, and they have a great life while they have it. They enjoy eating all day long. So that's and I just think they're so calm. I went at the Shady Oak flea market to draw, and I made $42. I charged $3 for kids and $5 for adults, and after the first day I knew kids weren't cheaper because they move all over the place. But I put myself through the last 3 years of college drawing portraits, which taught me a lot of discipline. I went to teach elementary art at Pine River, Minnesota, and then I moved back to get married, and there weren't any teaching jobs in Fargo, so I just started painting. I did some geese. We never had geese on the farm. We had the chickens. The chickens, I didn't like chickens. I love painting chickens. And so, like in this piece here, these chickens they're always a character. And so these are checking out this property, and there are a bunch of chickens following them. You can see by their shadows. And then this house is full of birdhouses. They're collecting birdhouses. They built this onto their house, and they have all these funky birdhouses. Well, so I call this downsizing decisions, because these chickens are thinking about maybe moving in here, but they'll never fit in here. And I love the bougainvillea and the pink house, and I just had a lot of things I wanted to paint. This is at the lake. I've done a lot of my acrylic painting at the lake. I have my studio down there, and this is on a walk. I took my neighbor's birch trees, and this is a view out my lake except we took out all the lake homes across the lake, so it's just a landscape. But I love these turns of the tree bends. The land comes out in a peninsula, and then you go around, and it's always a mystery to go around what's on the other side of that, and then the perspective, the color changes as it goes back. And so I find that very interesting to paint. This was a commission I had done for someone with pelicans, and that was a lot of fun. She lent me her sunset picture, and then I painted the pelicans in. This is an oldie. The Wandering Youth is always one of my favorites. The watercolor was the big thing. I did it exclusively till 2009, and then I had surgery on my neck where I was nearly paralyzed, and my doctor told me I should work on an easel, which was very upsetting to me, and then I learned to do acrylic, and now I love acrylic, but it's very surprising. I always thought it would be easier, and I just didn't like it, but it's very touchy, and I don't think I could paint as well in acrylic if I hadn't done watercolor. I mean, I'm so addicted to painting, you could never keep me away. I can't imagine. I was so scared that the doctor said I might not be able to do this, and I told him at the surgery, I said, you know, if I really like to paint, if I can't lift my arms, I'll be just so freaked out. And the doctor said, well, you know, about everybody who's done that did something more dramatic, and if we do it moderately, it'll be okay. I said, let's do it moderately, and I'm fine. And so I studied healing art, and I found out a lot of it has to do with color, and that the pieces resonate well in color for people. So I studied each of the colors, and I did something called a healing garden, and we researched what each of the colors mean, and everything was very interesting. and we wrote all the words out as a list, and then I came up with what I thought was a key word for each color, and that's what we named each of those paintings. Like we have color, clarity, power, healing, different things. So, and you could look through different things, and they kind of mean that to people. So I thought that was interesting, and I believe that you can look at paintings and the colors hurt your eyes. One of the things people almost always say about my paintings that they like is the color, and I feel blessed that I have that sense of color. And I had two teachers. One was a colorist, and she's much brighter than me. And then I had a man teacher who was much more masculine palette type thing. And I think I have some kind of combination of the two that I had for high school, who are both famous artists. And they were my teachers in high school. And then, I mean, they're a strong influence in my work yet. I have had some people commission me to do paintings. I know that I have had people who are dying in the hospital who have requested their paintings to be there while they are dying. It meant so much to them, whatever. I painted one guy's barn where he grew up as a young man, and he didn't want it framed because he wanted to look at it every day, and it made him feel good, and he loved thinking of those memories. One lady, they bought something and she put it in her, it was a little piece, and it was a landscape with hay bales, and she put it in the bed with her. They said she looked at it the whole time when she was in her bed, and it made her feel good or peaceful or somewhere else than where she was. I know when I was in the hospital, I was supposed to walk down the halls. And when you go, I mean, it was like this long hallway, and then there's a piece of art. So I would walk until I got to that piece of art. And I would forget about myself while I looked at that piece, and then I would go on again. So that was very positive.